Welcome back to the Michael Talks Football channel. Today we're going to continue our coverage of the October international break with CAF Africa. We're going into third and fourth match days. Important matches like Egypt versus Libya. Massive games for Egypt. We got Algeria, Burkina Faso that have to keep on winning. Morocco have to keep on winning, and they have a lot of their home games. So it's going to get very interesting. Remember guys, if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel, like the video. And one more thing actually guys. What African national team jersey should I buy? Because I will soon be covering the AFCON. So let me know in the comments which African national team jersey should I buy. But let's get into the preview and predictions. So guys, this is the standings in Group A for CAF. Algeria and Burkina Faso obviously drew in the last game between each other 1-1. So they're still neck and neck with each other heading into the match day 3 and 4. But they have very easy opponents in Niger and Djibouti. So you expect Algeria and Burkina Faso to keep on winning their games. And eventually, when we get to the last match day, it will be Algeria versus Burkina Faso to see who then qualifies to the third round of CAF. So very intriguing to see what happens in Group A. Obviously, like I said, it's between Algeria and Burkina Faso and Niger and Djibouti. They're just here for the party. They're just here for the party, especially Djibouti after losing 8-0. But they had a very enthralling matchup with Niger in the last matchup 4-2. But for these matches, Algeria will beat Niger 3-0, 4-0, I assume, and then Burkina Faso will beat Djibouti 4-0, 5-0 to boost their goal difference. Burkina Faso versus Djibouti, it will be the same thing again, and then Niger, Algeria will be the same thing again. So I can imagine it's all going to come down to the last match day in Group A. Can Burkina Faso maybe surprise Algeria? You guys let me know in the comments. It could be a possibility. They got a away game though. We'll see if there's a crowd then in Algeria by that time, but that is the standing so far in Group A. Group B, we have Tunisia, Zambia, Equatorial Guinea, and Mauritania. Obviously, after the last match day, Tunisia beat Zambia 2-0, and they got the early penalty through Kaziri, and they got the late goal through Ben Slimane. So Tunisia then bolstered their chances of getting to the third round, where they kind of struggle in playoff scenarios, and like in the 2014 World Cup qualifiers, they lost in the playoffs. So let's see if Tunisia can avenge that and qualify to the World Cup once again. For Zambia, it's just about keeping up with Tunisia. They got to win their games, and then hopefully in the last match day, they play against each other once again, yes, but it will be in Tunisia. So tough road ahead for Zambia to qualify, and then Equatorial Guinea and Mauritania, they're just trying to get prepared for the AFCON. So with the matchups here, Equatorial Guinea versus Zambia, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw here. I think Equatorial Guinea will make it a tough match at their home stadium. Tunisia versus Mauritania, that's going to be a 2-0 win for Tunisia. Zambia versus Equatorial Guinea, then I think Zambia is going to get the revenge, 3-1, Patsandaka and Wembo and all these guys for Zambia. Mauritania, Tunisia, I still expect Tunisia to keep on winning. Even though Mauritania are not a very good team, but they're a decent team in Africa. They did well in the last AFCON, and they qualified to next year's AFCON. But I think Tunisia will get the win there 1-0. So that is pretty much how the standings are going into Group B for Africa. Now we move on to Group C. Nigeria getting a vital win against Cape Verde. Osimhen and Rocco Santos' own goal. That own goal that Cape Verde scored was absolutely ridiculous. And Nigeria were missing a lot of their players due to the red list in the UK. A lot of the UK base players couldn't play. So Nigeria got a vital victory there. Obviously, Iheanacho got the 2 goals in the victory over Liberia. So Liberia are the team right now behind Nigeria, 6 points, 3 points, and Cape Verde and Central African Republic are both on 1 point. Heading into the October fixtures, Nigeria are going to play Central African Republic. Should be an easy victory for them. Liberia, Cape Verde, I can see that ending in a draw basically because, Cape Verde are a very good team or a decent team. Liberia are a decent team at home. So I can imagine that ending in a draw. Central African Republic, Nigeria play against each other again. So we got double headers here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get Nigeria winning both games and then Liberia, Cape Verde both drawing their games. And that automatically means that Nigeria will qualify to the third round of African World Cup qualifiers. But that's how the standings are in Group C and heading into the October fixtures. Group D, obviously, Ivory Coast got a vital victory over Cameroon. Haller getting both goals, and he's on absolute fire right now. Top goal scorer in the Champions League, has a ton of goals in Eredivisie. Ivory Coast are looking good. Cameroon and Ivory Coast, I believe they will play each other in the last match day. Yes, they do. So both teams just got to keep winning. But Mozambique and Malawi, they're not going to make life easy. Like we saw, Ivory Coast drew away to Mozambique, but then Malawi beat Mozambique at home. So we're heading for a very interesting matchups then with Malawi, Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast got to win it. They just got to keep winning. Cameroon's got to keep beating Mozambique. These teams got to keep winning. I'm going to go with the Ivory Coast win here and a Cameroon win here. Mozambique versus Cameroon. Then the reverse fixture. This I can see ending in a draw though. I think Mozambique are a very tough team at home, Ivory Coast versus Malawi. Ivory Coast at home. That's going to be easy win for them, 2-0. So these are kind of the outlooks I see. It's just going to come down to Ivory Coast and Cameroon, like we all thought before this group even started, and they're going to play in the last match day versus each other. But that is the standings and review of Group D. Group E, we got Mali, Kenya, Uganda, and Rwanda. Obviously, Mali are going to be the team to beat here. They beat Rwanda 1-0, but that game could have easily finished 4-0, 5-0. The Rwanda goalkeeper had an absolutely crazy game. Kenya, Uganda drew 0-0, and Uganda, Mali drew 0-0 once again. Rwanda and Kenya drew 1-1. So Mali just have to keep winning, but they're going to have a tough matchup against Kenya at home. They're not going to make life difficult. Olunga, who is a very good striker, scored a ton of goals in Japan, and I think he now plays in Qatar, if I'm not mistaken. But somebody can let me know in the comments, does Olunga play in Qatar? I know he's somewhere in the Middle East playing right now, but you got to expect to yourself, Mali are going to have now 2 tough games against Kenya, home and away. If they can get past those 2 games, I believe that Mali will win this group and comfortably qualified to the 3rd round, and hopefully maybe make their debut at a World Cup. That would be fantastic to see a new team qualify to the World Cup. Rwanda, Uganda, if they want to have any chance, they can maybe push Mali in the last game. They got to beat Rwanda home and away. That's their main target here. So I'm going to go the Uganda win here, Mali win here. Kenya versus Mali, I might have to wait and give predictions for that game because I want to see how Mali and Kenya play against each other in the first matchup. And then Uganda, I think, will beat Rwanda at home. So that is the standings and outlook for Group E. Now we move to Group F, and this is the hugest surprise so far in Africa World Cup qualifier 2nd round. Libya are at the top of the group with 6 points, Egypt on 4, Gabon 1, and Angola have 0 points. Unbelievable story here for Libya. I knew there would be a little bit sneaky team, but not this sneaky. They won their first 2 games, beating Gabon in the last minute, hanging on against Angola. They were peppered in the second half. Angola had so many chances, but somehow Libya held on to a clean sheet and beat Angola 1-0. So now we have Egypt and Libya home and away. And we know Egypt fired their old manager and now came in Carlos Queiroz. So let's see how Egypt are going to react. Let's see if Carlos Queiroz, who's a very good manager internationally, obviously his last job at Colombia did not work out well at all. We all know that. We know how that ended. 6-1 against Ecuador. That's not good enough, but I expect to get a reaction for Egypt. You know, we all know Mohamed Salah, El Neni, and all these guys. So I think Egypt will win both games, even though the game in Libya could be a very tough matchup. And then for Angola, Gabon, I think they're going to have to go both for wins here. If they draw both of those games, they're out. So I expect then Gabon to win or Angola to win. But it's very tough to say. I'm going to go with the Gabon win here, and then like I said, Egypt will win both matchups against Libya, even though there's no disrespect to Libya. It's just a fantastic story what we're seeing right here from them. Let me actually check one thing, guys. I think they have some of their players playing in Libya, and then some of them are playing, like, I think there's one player for the NYCFC. Let me just quickly check. Oh, they have not even called up the NYCFC guy. Unbelievable. Their NYCFC player, Ismail Tajuri Shradi, he hasn't even played for them, and he has 4 caps for the country. So they're really relying on players in Morocco, in Libya, in Algeria, Tunisia, Kuwait. So unbelievable story here from Libya. You got to tip your hat to them, really. You got to really tip their hat. But I expect Egypt to win both of their games and Egypt to take control of this group. But now we move to Group G, and this is another very tough group after South Africa beat Ghana 1-0. Sometimes we make mistakes, guys. So we obviously knew that Ghana did not have most of their English-based players in that matchup versus South Africa, but it doesn't matter. You know, South Africa are starting to get a little bit better. Their under-23s have done well. They did perform decent at the Olympics, even though they finished last in the group, but they gave a tough match to, I think it was France, where they lost 4-3 or something like that, even though they had the lead for most of that game. So South Africa are no joke, but it's going to be very interesting to see then. I think the last match day, yes, it is Ghana versus South Africa in the last match day, as we can see right here. So let's see what happens then. But like I talked about, South Africa on the top of the group, 4 points. Ghana, Ethiopia, both on 3, and Zimbabwe are in last place currently. But it could all change after this window. And one other news, Ghana got their old coach back who got them to the quarterfinals of the World Cup in 2010, Milovan Rajovic. So let's see if that's going to help the squad. Let's see. It might help the Ghana squad, but let's see also if the English-based players are going to come back for this. Yes, we have the likes of Daniel Amarte, Andrew Ayew. Yeah, I think that's all of the Andy Yadom. So they have some of the English-based players. They have a couple from the French league as well. Could be interesting here. Could be interesting. But they're going to have some tough matches. Zimbabwe, home and away, Ethiopia, South Africa. If South Africa can win both of those games against Ethiopia, they're going to really help their chances of qualifying to the third round. And for Ghana, they just got to win their matches. They have to win all their matches right now. They can't afford to draw any games. They can't. They have to keep up with South Africa and Ethiopia. Ethiopia are no joke. They obviously got a late winner against Zimbabwe. So for this matchup, Ethiopia, South Africa, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw here. Somewhat tough place. Actually, let's see if it's going to be played in Ethiopia, the match. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. In Bahir Dar in Ethiopia. And Ghana, they're going to play Zimbabwe. So I think Ghana will win that matchup. Then I think Ghana will beat Zimbabwe away, and then South Africa will beat Ethiopia at home. So that's a little bit of preview and review of Group. I think it was Group G. All right. There's a lot of groups in Africa, guys. There's a lot of groups. Then we have Group H. We have Senegal, Namibia, Congo, and Togo. Senegal have taken control of this group, but now they have a home and away versus Namibia. Yes, they do. So if Namibia could maybe win one of those two games, could get very interesting in this group. Senegal are obviously have the most talent, one of the most talented teams in all of Africa. Ridiculous squad. Obviously, Sadio Mane has been on fire. Ismail Assar, Amadou Diallo, Dia, all these guys, man, they're such good players. Edouard Mendy, Koulibaly. I could just go on about this Senegal squad. They should win the AFCON next year, but obviously there's a lot of other good teams in Africa. But Namibia and Senegal, I expect Senegal to win both of those games. I expect them to win both of those games, and if they win both of those games, Senegal are clearly through to the third round. They can rest players then the last two matchups versus Togo and Congo. Togo and Congo, they're just going to play for pride here. I don't think they expect themselves to get back in this race. Had they been Senegal in one of those matches, then they could have had a chance. But right now, it's all about Senegal, and I think Senegal will win both of those matchups against Namibia. And then Togo, Congo, no disrespect to them, but I don't know. Neither of the teams qualify for the AFCON either, so Togo's kind of been struggling lately since the 2006 World Cup. They haven't qualified to any AFCON, or they qualified to one AFCON, but they didn't qualify to any World Cup. It's kind of been all downhill since Adebayor left the squad. So Senegal are going to, I think, win this group by the end of October. That's going to be my guess, and qualify to the third round. Then we have Group I. We have Guinea-Bissau, Morocco, Guinea, and Sudan. Obviously, Morocco and Guinea have only played one match due to the military coup in Guinea. So now I think all these matches, astonishingly, will be all played in Morocco, as you can see here, guys. The Sudan match, the Guinea-Sudan match, they're all both being played in Morocco. The Guinea-Morocco game back in 12th of October. So Morocco and Guinea are going to have 3 games. We'll see how the squads are going to be tested. Morocco have obviously a very deep squad, but we still know that Ziyech and Moswari are not selected to the Moroccan squad. There's just some beef going on. There's just some beef. I don't know if with the manager. The manager obviously wants them to work hard or something like that. Morocco fans can let me know what is the problem with Ziyech and Mazraoui. I can't pronounce his name correctly. Sorry, guys. Mazraoui for Ajax, of course, the right back. What is the deal with them and the manager? Obviously, the manager wants them to work hard, or he wants them to just kind of like give up for the squad or something like that. That's what I've been kind of reading. But maybe Morocco fans can let me know in the comments what is the beef basically between Ziyech and the manager. So for these matchups now in October, Morocco got to win them. If they don't, could get very interesting then with Guinea-Bissau, who are no joke. They have qualified now to 3 straight AFCONs. Guinea obviously are a very good team as well with Naby Keita in the midfield. I expect Guinea to beat Sudan. I expect Morocco to beat Guinea-Bissau, but if they lose one of those 2 games against Guinea-Bissau, could get interesting in Group I. Could get very interesting because obviously, like I talked about, Guinea-Bissau are so far top of the group. But at least for the 6th of October games, I'm going to go with Morocco win and a Guinea win. 9th of October, I'm going to wait. Actually, no, I expect still Guinea and Morocco to win those matches. But the 12th of October, I'll wait, and I'll see how Morocco and Guinea play in both those games before I give a predictions for the Guinea and Morocco game on the 12th of October. So that is the standings and outlook of Group I of Africa. Now we have Group J, the last group, I think. Yes, it's the last group. Man, this takes forever with these groups. 10 groups in Africa. We got Tanzania, we got Benin, DRC Congo, and Madagascar. Tanzania are on top of the group. Benin are right behind them with 4 points. DRC Congo on 2, and Madagascar on 0. I told you, I knew DRC Congo maybe would not qualify out of this group. I said Benin would finish first in this group. It's looking like it, but Tanzania are looking good, you know. The goal they scored against DRC Congo was an absolutely ridiculous goal, 35 yards out, an absolute bullet to the top right corner. Tanzania are looking like the team to beat in this group, but Benin are no joke. They got a good away victory at Madagascar, and they drew home to DRC Congo. Now Tanzania and Benin are going to play against each other, and DRC Congo and Madagascar. These are some tough matchups to call, because we know Madagascar did so well in the last AFCON, making it to the round of 16, but now they fired their manager before the World Cup qualifiers second round started, and it's kind of gone downhill from there, unfortunately, for Madagascar. But who knows? Maybe they can bounce back, get a draw away at DRC Congo, and beat DRC Congo at home, and then maybe, who knows? We'll see then how Tanzania and Benin will do it. But the first matchup between Tanzania and Benin, I'm going to go with a draw. And then between DRC Congo, Madagascar, I'm going to go with a DRC Congo win here. And Mbokani, former Norwich striker, still doing it at like 34, 35. Very good striker. So I'll go with the DRC Congo win there against Madagascar. For the 10th of October, I'll wait and I'll review the matches from 7th of October. But that is now all the groups, all 10 groups in Africa, guys. You guys let me know in the comments, what is your predictions? How are you feeling about your national team in Africa? It's an absolutely grueling process, this is. And wait till the third round begins, because that's the playoffs and there's 2 legs. So then some big team could miss out on the World Cup from Africa, and that's kind of a shame, but sometimes that's just how life goes. It ain't fair. But this is the preview and predictions for the October break in Africa. You guys let me know in the comments, how are you feeling? What are your predictions for the matches? And remember, guys, if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel, like the video. We'll continue doing live streams, reviewing the matches and previewing the following matches after that. So have a beautiful day. Thank you for watching, and peace.